Hi everyone and welcome back to the WARNO Super League. Today we are in another round 1 game. Today we are watching Tiberius-Rancor versus Coopzdiablo. So, Tiberius-Rancor on the left in blue as the 1st British Armoured. Shout out for the Brits. Over on the right in red we have the 79th Tank Division. Let's have a little look, shall we, at what everybody has in the game. A little bit sparse at this side for Coops. This is some recon, a couple of squads of infantry, an Igla. Quite a lot more up at the top here. Obviously, some will be going to the center, these units here. We're seeing some BMP-1s with motor-stalky BMPs. Iglas, we've got a T-80 command tank there. That's a hell of a thing to call out. Quite slow for the start of a game in terms of moving around to cap all the points quickly. Got Igla, Conkers. We have a couple of sets of units there. And we are off over at the other side for Tiberius. Terrier's Paras pushing up there very fast. Good for getting in quickly. Scouts. Plenty of recon in there, and then very standard command at the back there, a rover that's just going to drive through everything. A little bit of a smattering in the center there, mostly recon and some of those forward deployment Terrier's Paras. And then down here we got loads of those Terrier Paras going for here, including some Milan Paras as well to try and secure this town, and he will get there first. Tiberius also with some scouts, some scimitars, and some javelins coming up at the back there. So, quick cap of this point. I'm sure that vehicle will now be heading towards Charlie, the tank. Am I getting a good look at what's coming in there? There is quite a lot coming in. A lot of those Para vehicles coming in. Obviously, the Milan Para, quite good for just sitting in the edge of these forests. Obviously, recon important, and there is the recon to back it up. And this is, again, going to be quite a forward deployment. Trying to get to this edge of this point. Not a lot at this side. And here we're already seeing some engagement. Tornado in there to take out that chopper. Down here, a lot of forces coming in. Mainly the Motorrad and the Motorstraki BMP. Not really any close-range engagement forces there in terms of RPOs or engineers. MiG-31 coming in, takes out the other jet. Mainly combat down here at the moment. Obviously, Coops has been stuck sort of back in Bravo there. A little bit slow movement here in front of Charlie. That tank is actually sitting there. He isn't actually moving it to cap other points. Obviously, this is round 1, and a lot of new players were put in round 1 that maybe hadn't played in tournaments before, to some extent. So, we don't know how new everyone is here. Good push going here from Coops. He is getting a move on there. Terrier's Paras, obviously, again, they're not great at close quarters combat. Neither player here having those really good hand-to-hand combat troops, shall we say, or the close quarters combat troops. Very strong defensive line formed here, though, for Tiberius-Rancor. In the center, fairly secure at this side, and very slow move up here by Coops. Nothing at this side of the point, though. Conker's back there. Not much use, unfortunately, against the infantry in the buildings. Some progress being made here by these Motorstraki and BMPs, or from the BMPs, though. And they will be... oh, they're outside of the bonus range of that BMP-1. So they won't be getting their additional infantry IFV bonus because they're not close enough to it. If that had moved up here, it would be giving a bonus to these guys. And I think the Motorrad would also be getting that bonus. So it would, you know, really help out these forces that are moved up here. Obviously, they should still overwhelm the Terrier's Para because they simply are more of them. Some gun groups being called in there. Not something we've seen used a lot. Command vehicles have finally rolled into here. Strangely, I thought it rolled through this. Oh, it must have gone right around the back and not actually gone into golf in the center. I'm surprised by that. Bit of engagement up here now as well as Coops is pushing into this point. Should have enough forces to take out the rifles here. Big chunk of forces here for Tiberius. Otherwise, a little bit more spread out. This is sort of looking like it could go either way, to be honest. Oh, that's unfortunate. That rover managed to get past those Motorezvedka without being destroyed there. They obviously couldn't see quite down the road, I assume. No, they couldn't. Eagles at the back here. BMP-1 still there. Here come some rifles to reinforce and will probably help significantly against those Motostrelki there. Up in the center, certainly the case that these rifles are going to be overwhelmed by the sheer number of forces that Coops has in there. But I'm sure that Tiberius is feeling fairly secure at the top. That rover is moving through the center now. Really curious if it's just going to try and drive through there. Surely it's going to go back towards Gulf now. It has a nice trip around the map. That T-80 is moving for Coops now. Whether it's going to go for Alpha, I assume so. I feel as though Coops could possibly do with a second command in to try and just leave the T-80 in there to contest and then grab something else to take this and then move on to Elena, or Echo, I should say. But it is difficult to say for certain what the best course of action is here. Obviously, needs to be bringing in other units as well. T-80 coming in at the top there. I don't think he'll be making much of a push, but obviously there is a risk that Tiberius could indeed push into Bravo. Spetsnaz group coming in choppers there. Expensive is the only thing I'd say about that. Mi-8s obviously do have rockets though, so they can do a bit of damage. Gun groups are finally arriving here. Gun groups obviously coming in the warrior. Quite a cheap way to get a warrior, if that's what you're after. Not the best autocannon in the game, but not bad at all. Very tied up here now at the moment. Does look like Tiberius is slowly coming out on top, but in the meantime, not so much in the center here. Coops is in a better position. Plenty of reinforcements coming in here. Lots and lots of gun groups and lots of armed rifles. Not seeing a lot of close quarters combat forces from either of these players at the moment. Tornado gets a kill there, but oh, wow. That was a lucky shot from that Tornado. Tornado gets 2 kills. Was not expecting that from the MiG-31, but that Tornado just slipped off that missile very effectively. Tiberius will be very pleased with that. Now, in terms of anti-air, there isn't a lot here. There's a Javelin there. And obviously there's the Tornado. If the Tornado could be taken out of action, then these choppers will be able to do a lot of damage to the infantry here. Obviously that Javelin is pushing up there. If he can kill the Javelin, then there'll be very little threat to those choppers. The Tornado is actually being pulled out now. But these guys... already out of missiles, one of them. Other one is engaging now. I don't know if they're being targeted, though, is the only thing. Ideally, with those, it would have been better if he killed the one that was almost finished. But he should get the kill. There we go. Beautiful. A little bit spread out here from Coops now. A little bit more focused in this area from Tiberius with a lot of those warriors sat at the back there, so we'll be able to do a lot of damage. Risky maneuver for a cluster just to kill a BMP there, I think. I don't think it got a tank. Let me zoom in. It was just a BMP. Went over to get one of the choppers. Did it actually get one of the choppers? No, they're just being pulled back to rearm and repair. Sapri RPO here, so there are some close quarters combat troops finally in now, but unfortunately just the 2 squads, and they are very up close and personal. Unfortunately, they have been overwhelmed. I didn't even see those come in, Coops. I apologise. More Motorstrelki coming in at the back there. One squad of Motorstrelki have been taken out here. Nice HE bomber strike coming in here. Might get some kills if it gets a good strike on these buildings. Very nice. Oh, that was a beautiful strike. Absolutely beautiful. That was 3 infantry squads and a vehicle at the back there. I'd be very pleased with that. Not sure if he knows how many he killed, but very nice indeed. Sapri RPO still have one RPO left, but they need to be pulled out and repaired. Not going to be doing anything in their current state. They are suppressed to all hell. Sapri RPO being called in at the back here for Coops. More units sort of spreading out in the center here for Tiberius. Still +4 to Tiberius. Coops needs to really slip into a point and counter it or cap it. Preferably in the middle. He'd be safe for getting it in here. Obviously, he doesn't know that. Down here, I mean, he's not in far enough really to be definitively safe. I mean, he could possibly get in this corner here. They're going to know it's there, but there weren't actually any units at that side. Unfortunately, Coops is very much overwhelmed and outnumbered down here now, going in a bit too piecemeal. And up here, until those reinforcements arrive, all these motorstrike and everything else. There is a motorstrike commander coming in. Fantastic, Coops. You read my mind. A commander in here would be fantastic. Still +4 currently with just under 30 minutes left of this game. We've seen it all turn around before, though. But I do feel as though at the moment, Coops is on the back foot. He has lost quite a few units now compared to Tiberius. Tiberius making good use of those warriors over this long distance as well, just to suppress the enemy. Pretty effective against that BMP. It's getting some nice hits on that BMP, actually. BMP2's coming in with those Motorstrelki, though, which will be very helpful. These Sapri RPOs stopped back here. Probably could be done with moving in with these Motorstrelki, even if it's to this side of the point. Tanks coming in there for Tiberius. And a command coming in here to make sure that no one... I think, yeah, the plan will be to get that in here to ensure that no one contests it. I'm surprised he's got his rover CP in that point, though. I'm surprised it's not in the back of this one, just because I can't honestly see Coops pushing in there with the strong defensive line that hasn't really shifted. Warriors being pushed around the back here. Sneaky, sneaky. They're going to make a mess of those Sapri RPOs. Oh, this is unfortunate. Oh dear. Coops has realised and got the last squad out, but even then he'll get in the buildings and get out of the way, but that's an unfortunate loss of 2 squads and 2 vehicles there. Tornado coming in to try and take out the MI8 there. MI8's being used to good effect against the infantry, I think. Unfortunately, Tornado will get out. Both of these units out of missiles. No supply on them, unfortunately. If you're bringing in a Cub, it is always a good idea to bring in a cheap supply if you can, just because they will fire their missiles really fast. Command now in this center point. The rover is on the move, though, to counter that, but indeed it is currently neutralized, because this point is only worth 1 and this one's worth 2. Along with that one being only worth 1. But unfortunately, Motorstrelki Commander immediately being shot to pieces there. I mean, there's just too much in here for Tiberius now. And unfortunately, with the loss of those RPOs at the back, and the fact there's still a warrior there, I mean, the T-80 will easily kill that warrior, but that certainly slowed things down for poor Coops. I mean, without the ability to bring that in, immediately gone back in favour of Tiberius at that point. Down here, we do see that Coops has managed to get in here a little bit better. Very good use of those choppers to take out infantry down here. But there are a lot of reinforcements coming in there. HE bomber coming in. Nice strike, did get a kill. BMPs being moved around carefully to try and keep them out of range of the short-range anti-tank missiles. That warrior is smoked, I think, so it can't be seen currently by the T-80, but they will engage each other. Oh, that's unfortunate. Harrier coming in to take out that T-80. Does he know where it is? It hasn't dropped its bombs, so it must not know where it is. It will swing around, though, once he realizes where it's gone. Another 24 bomber coming in here. Nice strike into this town. Potential to get a lot of kills here. Oh, that was a devastating strike. Absolutely devastating. And that bomber is getting out in one piece. Equally, though, good HE strike coming in there for Tiberius. Couple of good bombing runs and the cluster as well. That is unfortunate for Coops. He lost a lot of units there after managing to kill a lot down here. Tiberius lost a lot of infantry there. But equally, Tiberius getting plenty of kills with 3 separate bombers there. HE bomber still on the map here, out of bombs. Not sure what it's doing. I assume it just hasn't been evac'd yet. But certainly looking like an uphill struggle for Coops now. Very far behind on points. Currently still +2 to Tiberius because this is just contested. I mean, I assume he also knows that that command tank is there. Yes, indeed. There it is. Cluster coming in to deal with that. Because the Gazelle can see it. I'll certainly put it within range. Yeah, that's visible. Cluster coming in. Dive bomb. Beautiful strike. Instantly killed. Very nice played by Tiberius there. Lots of reinforcements coming in for Coops down here now, but he has lost 2 commands. I think it's going to be a real challenge to get back in these points now, having to split those forces up. Wondering what the plan is here for Coops. Pulling units back towards here. I don't know what he's doing. Obviously going up the road, not the best idea. Trying to come in through the forest, very good, but there's going to be a chieftain waiting there. Gazelle being pushed up to try and scout further forward. Chieftain is being moved up as well. Some tracked rapiers coming in at the back there just to provide further air defense. Artillery pieces here. Not sure what they're targeting yet. Possibly the front here, or is this going to be smoke? It is smoke. Okay. Good choice. We'll block the chieftain from being able to fire out and the warrior. So the Motostocky BMPs can get up really close and personal. Motostocky's pushing in this side as well. Are we going to see another command in? Yes, we are. There is another command coming in there. BMP2 with command infantry in. BMP's charging in here. This is really risky with that tank there. But if they can get up close and personal, they will pen its armor. Oh. Very effective. It'll be very, very effective against all of those. But he needs to get them out and about and get them split up. Here's the cluster coming in. I knew that was coming. He needs to split up these units, or he's going to lose a lot of them. He is moving them. He has realized. Beautiful. Out of the way in time. Second cluster is coming in, though. Second cluster gets 2 kills and severely damages another. And a HE bomber coming in as well. Only kills 1 squad, though. I think it only got 1 squad. 1 jet taken down there. Other one was taking fire. Supplies are now on the Cubs and things, but unfortunately didn't get the kill on the other Harrier. Some big tanks coming in here. I assume going to be heading towards the center. Command still trundling along there. But there's so much stuff in here now, realistically, for Tiberius. HE bomber coming in here. Going for those ones in the middle. Good strike. Don't know if it actually managed to kill anything at the back there, but certainly appears like it might have. Did get taken out by the MiG-31, though. Coops managing to get a little bit of progress here. But there's more and more being called in. I mean, realistically, the Assault Pioneers, if you can keep those at range, I mean, they're not going to pose a threat to the BMPs, but there's the game. Points were reached. Total victory for Tiberius. And, you know, at the end of the day, considering how much more it looked like at one point Coops had lost, look at how close those kills to losses are. Tiberius won that by good positioning and map control more than anything else, I think. But in terms of kills and losses, it wasn't too bad. But well played to both players. That was a really good game. Plenty of action ongoing, and I really liked the really nice bombing strikes at the end. It's both got some very nice kills. Let's have a quick look at the kills and losses just out of pure interest. Warriors were doing a good job on that side. Where's those bombers is the question. That got 2 kills. Cluster got 1, 2, 3, 4 kills. 2 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills. And on the other side,
SG25 HE 3 kills. SG24 MHE, look at all that. Loads of kills. Spetsnaz Gru did a good job there as well. Yeah, interesting game. Was a lot tighter at the end in terms of kills to losses than I thought it was going to be. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned. There will be more casts from the tournament coming up.